everyone, I'm Debbie Wilkes, and today on Wide World of Sports we'll be featuring the ladies competition from the Panasonic Ontario Cup 84. Joining me today for the ladies event is former national team competitor Elfie Schlegel. Elfie, this is the first time that the East and West have met since 1983. What do you think this is going to do for the event here today?
Well, yes, in fact, it is the first time since the East and West have met, and actually two of the top competitors in this competition are both from the East. We have Gabriele Fahnrich from the DDR, who was 15th all around at the World Championships in 1983, and also Laura Cutina of Romania, who was a gold medalist team member in the 1984 Olympics.
And what can we expect from the Canadian girls?
Well, certainly our two Canadian girls are looking very strong. Janice Kerr, who was a former 1983 World Championship team member, has had a little bit of experience, so this meet should be a prep for the next up-and-coming World Championships. And also we have Ildiko Hattayer, who is a newcomer to the Canadian national team, and I think she's setting this meet as a preparation for the 85 World Championships also.
Well, let's see what happens. The competitors are about ready to go. Join us for CTV's Wide World of Sports and the Panasonic Ontario Cup 84. Our first apparatus is the vault. Our first competitor from Markham, Ontario, Janice Kerr.
Janice is an extremely strong vaulter. She'll be performing a Sukahara in the full twist. Excellent vault. Fairly good landing. She had a lot of height off the horse. You can see in her slow motion. Good run onto the board. Good bump off and lift. Nice clean tuck. Good landing.
And a 9.50 for Janice Kerr of Canada. Waiting in the wings from China, Kuri Zhu.
She'll be performing a new vault. A round off back handspring onto the horse, pike super high off. Not a bad vault. Her landing is a little bit off.
A little bit of limping there. Looks like there might have been an injury.
Let's take a look at slow motion and see where the problem was. She had a good preparation onto the horse, nice height, good pike Sukahara. Look at that left leg, seemed to have turned over. She must have sprained her ankle right there on that landing.
Very, very tough, unfortunate incident. Favoring it there a little bit with her coach. Other team members looking on. But it doesn't disturb Lisa Wittwer of the USA, our next competitor in the vault.
Lisa's also a very strong vaulter. Nice layout Sukahara and an excellent landing. She had a nice stretch body position off the horse. See, good run into the board. Watch that lift off the horse. Nice height and a clean landing.
And a 9.70 for Lisa Wittwer of the US. Our next competitor from Italy, Giulia Volpi.
Giulia is the junior Italian champion. She'll be performing a Cuervo. Handspring half off, good vault, nice landing. Watching the slow motion, she comes onto the horse in the forward position, does a half turn. Forward, half turn, back summy. Good landing.
And a 9.40 for Volpi of Italy. And here she is, Canadian girl Ildiko Hattayer.
Ildiko will be performing a handspring 1.5 twist. Oh, lots of height. Oh, a little bit of problems on that landing. She seemed to have over-rotated a few steps.
How important is it to stay in one spot on the landing?
It's very important. It's very impressive to stick those landings to the judges. She gets good height off the horse. Good twist, just a little bit too much over-rotation.
Disappointing 8.95 for Hattayer of Canada. Next, Gabriele Fahnrich from the DDR.
Another Cuervo vault. The landing was a little bit low on this one. Otherwise, it was a good vault.
Seems a bit disappointed.
I don't think she landed that vault as well as she has normally done. Watch, she has a good run into the horse. Handspring onto the horse. A little bit lacking on the bump there in the rotation. She really has to pull that summy around, but a good landing.
9.45 for Fahnrich of East Germany. And the standings in vault, Wittwer of the United States in first place, Janice Kerr of Canada in second, and Ildiko Hattayer of Canada in sixth. Next, coming up to the uneven bars, Giulia Volpi of Italy. We might mention at this time that the Chinese competitor, Kuri Zhu, has withdrawn due to injury.
Giulia started off very well. Nice delta of release move on the bars. Swinging very well, doing a neat job. Free hip circle, kip, double leg through. Preparing for her dismount. She's working very well. Good swing, nice handstand. It's a giant. Legs were a little bit bent on that. Ooh, a little bit arched in the back there. Rigby front, half turn dismount. Nice dismount. You can see in the slow motion here on her giant, she had to struggle a little bit on this last one. Her legs were a little bit apart, back was a little bit arched there, causing her to pull back. But good, nice height on that dismount.
At 9.35 for Giulia Volpi. And from Hungary, Beata Storczer.
Straddle over the low bar, half turn, drop kip, cast a handstand. She's very neat, working very well on these bars. Nice cast a handstand, swinging well, free hip circle, giant, neat giants, very nice giants. Legs are together. Oh, a nice height on that double flyway and another stuck landing. See the slow motion. The giant, double back dismount, nice height, and just nailed that dismount.
9.30, Ildiko Hattayer of Canada on the uneven bars.
Ildiko's an extremely tall gymnast. It's a little bit difficult to work the uneven bars with that height. Static kip mount, handstand, shoot over the low bar, kip, free hip circle, a little bit short on that free hip circle. She's working just a little bit slow on these bars. Kip, giant swing, legs were a little bit apart. You can see the straddle there. And double twist dismount. Very difficult dismount, however. She did fall a little bit to the side. There'll be a couple of tenths deduction there. Slow motion, preparing for a dismount. Long kip, cast, legs a little bit apart on that giant. There's the giant. You can see the legs straddled on that execution. Double twist dismount. Didn't quite finish it and fell to the side.
9.20 for Ildiko Hattayer of Canada. Our next competitor, Laura Cutina of Romania, a member of the 1984 Olympic team from Romania.
Laura works very well on the uneven bars. There's a giant, perfect execution. Reverse hecht, lots of height there. Kip, double leg through. She's got another release move planned right about here. Crossover Delchev, 2 releases in this bar routine. Extremely difficult. She's working very well, nice and neat. Her legs are glued together. Good swing from high bar to low bar. Giant, legs were good, double back dismounted, stuck the landing.
She has a very smooth and consistent movement throughout the performance.
She was very smooth. She moved from the high bar to the low bar like it was nothing. There's her giant. Legs were completely together, and nice height on that double back dismount, and just nailed it.
9.65 for Laura Cutina of Romania. And now from the United States, our last competitor in this event, Lisa Wittwer.
Kip, double leg through. Lisa's also works very well on the even bars. Another reverse hecht. Oh, and fell on that. It looked like she almost had that. She just seemed to slip. She had enough height and everything, just a little bit short.
How can a competitor possibly get back on after this?
Well, you have 30 seconds to get back on those bars, and basically she has to concentrate on the rest of her routine, forget about that fall, not let it disrupt the rest of the routine. You can see she was on the bar, but just let go. She just had so much force coming down. She's back on the bar, ready to finish off her routine. Kip, cast handstand. Oh, and another unfortunate fall. She had a lot of arch in her lower back.
Does a competitor prepare fail-safe tactics for this kind of thing?
Most of the gymnasts will have a cover-up routine. If they do, in fact, go over the bar, they will have a cover-up routine to keep them on the bar and just to work the best way possible to get to the end. There's another kip handstand. She's a little bit loose on her back. Nice free hip circle. Nice stall. They're very lovely competitor on the bars. Nice giant, very neat. Look at that height on that dismount.
She seemed to recover well once through those difficult sections.
She did. She really ended off with a good routine. It's unfortunate with those first 2 falls. Another look at her dismount. Nice height above the high bar. Stuck landing.
8.65 for Lisa Wittwer. And the standings for the uneven bars. Cutina of Romania in first place. Volpi of Italy in second. We'll be back with the Panasonic Cup in just of Romania in third place. A lot of the girls have been feeling they haven't had enough preparation for this event. There's Janice Kerr. We asked her about this problem.
Well, I was really aiming for the end of November because I have a meet in San Francisco then. So I was starting to prepare, but it was a little rushed, definitely. But they needed me desperately, so I said yes and got ready really quick.
And here she is on the balance beam, a very tough event for Janice.
isn't Janice's favorite event. She started off very well, an extremely difficult front semi mount on the side of the beam. She's got quite a few difficult elements in this routine. However, she tends to move just a little bit slowly. She's a little cautious, concentrating on her line on the balance beam. Nice aerial front walkover into another aerial front tuck. Solid. She's working very well. Jump series, a little bit off on that. You can see the concentration on her face. Handstand, oops, slight little miss there. Preparing for an aerial cartwheel, and that was dead on. Nice job. I think she's relieved that that move's over. Preparing now for her back handspring layout. Difficult move for Janice. Checking that line. Back handspring layout. Nice job. That was right down the center of the beam. She lined that trick up very well. Janice is working quite steadily. Oh, slight little wobble there on the full turn. And preparing for her dismount. Round off, double twist. Nice job. Nice beam routine for Janice. I think she's happy with that one. Seeing the slow motion, her dismount, round off, gets good takeoff, good twist, and completes that double twist dismount.
A 9.25 for Janice Kerr of Canada, her total 27.1. Our next competitor also from Canada, Ildiko Hattayer.
Fantastic mount. That was a round-off layout onto the beam. Extremely difficult. You don't see very many of those in the world today. Followed by back handspring layout, another difficult element. She's really on. This is Ildiko's event. She's extremely a great worker on the balance beam. Has a lot of height, good flexibility.
She seems to flow very evenly and smoothly from move to move.
She does. She makes the balance beam look very easy, even though it is 4 inches wide. She just seems to move on the balance beam like you would on the floor exercise. An original roll to a back arch of the end of the beam. Ildiko is a very pretty dancer. Nice connections, nice little dance elements. Aerial cartwheel, solid. This is her night on beam. She works very hard in the gym. Most of these girls will tend to work about an average of 10 to 15 full beam routines in a workout. Nice steady front handspring. Preparing for a very difficult gymnastic combination. 1 back handspring, 2, and 3, and she's on. Now for her dismount. Cartwheel, double twist. Excellent routine. She should be happy with that one.
Look at the smile on her face.
She's relieved. She did a very good job.
Congratulations from her coach, Dan Glendon.
Watch this mount. She has to be dead center right from the very beginning, right on that board. Everything has to be on line. Nice height on that layout, and solid. Another look at her 3 back handsprings. Perfectly aligned shoulders and feet. And good finish.
Ildiko Hattayer of Canada.
And one more look at her dismount. Watch the quickness of her twist. 1, 2.
And a very impressive 9.60 for Ildi. Our next competitor, coming up from East Germany, Gabriele Fahnrich. She is currently in 9th position.
It was an unusual head spring mount. Very well done. Full turn, fulfilling one of the requirements of the beam. Look at the extension of those knees. Very pretty dancer. Performs everything very precise. Coming up for a difficult layout combination. 2 back handsprings into a layout. No problem whatsoever.
She seems to make very little preparation for each of the jumps.
She has very little preparation. She gets a lot of power out of those legs and good lift on her arms. Another head spring. Very unusual move. And a handspring switch. She's performing very well. Seems very much at home on the beam. Nice dance elements. Look at the toes. It's very important to stretch those toes and legs. Nice back handspring layout, solid again. Just flies through the air. She's working a little bit slow on the balance beam. Preparing for a dismount, cartwheel, double twist. Nice routine. Very solid work by Gabriele. Watch this back handspring layout. 2 back handsprings into immediate layout. Dead on.
And she scores 9.40. Our next competitor from the United States, Lisa Wittwer.
She's mounting. Press handstand to a split. Lisa also has a very difficult routine planned. Preparing for one of her difficult elements. Punch front summy, the first one of this meet. Very well done. Lots of expression in her movements. Full turn. Slight little wobble there. Another full turn.
How do the competitors decide what elements they will include?
Well, normally the girls work on elements that best suit their style, and if they're very flexible, then they'll incorporate a lot of moves which will show off their flexibility, or else if they're very strong, they'll incorporate moves which will show the strength, such as a press handstand mount, which Lisa performed. That was 3 back handsprings in a row. Very well done. Solid. She's working very well tonight. She seems pretty confident up there on that beam. Now she's preparing for a very difficult round-off double back summy off the end of the beam. She needs to get a lot of height on this. Not bad, a little low on that landing. You could see her takeoff wasn't quite sharp enough.
Let's have another look at that.
See her round off. Her arms didn't quite set right up to the vertical. They sort of went back. Good pull on that double back. However, the landing was a little bit short. Not a bad routine.
She scored a 9.45. Lisa Wittwer of the USA, our last competitor. And after the balance beam, we have Hattayer of Canada in first place. Wittwer in second. Wide World of Sports will continue. Canada only 0.05 out of first place. Very, very exciting for this young athlete. Now we move to the floor exercises, and we have Janice Kerr also of Canada.
This is Janice's last event and her favorite event. She is an extremely good floor worker, good dancer, and also excellent tumbling. Very dramatic on this event. Preparing for her first tumbling pass, a double pike. Watch the speed and power she gets into this tumbling pass. Good run. Right back handspring, double pike. Oh, and a super landing. She's happy with that one. Explosive split leaps. Triple handstand pirouette. Janice is just gonna let go and have fun with this floor routine. Preparing for her middle tumbling pass. Round up, 1.5 twist, round up back handspring, double twist. Well done, another super pass. She just has one more pass to go. Very dynamic in her movements. Shows a lot of energy. She's getting ready, preparing for her final tumbling run. Round up back handspring, double twist, no problem. Great landing. She should be happy with this floor routine. Nice job.
She was so solid, Elfie. She was in complete control.
All her landings were well performed. She didn't take any major steps out of any of them. Here we can see in her first tumbling run, good power, very aggressive. And look at the lift she gets in this double pike. Good height and a solid landing. Knew exactly where she was.
She scored 9.55 on the floor routine. Our next competitor, also from Canada, currently in third position, Ildiko Hattayer.
Ildiko just has to hit this floor routine, and she has a chance to be in the top 3, if not first. Triple twist opening, very well done. Ildiko's using a very popular floor music by Herbie Hancock. And I understand she made up quite a bit of the floor routine by herself. Second tumbling run, punch front. Whoops, looks like she had a little bit of problem on that second half of that tumbling and only did a rounded back handspring layout. Let's see what happens with the rest of the team. A little bit of break dancing. She's enjoying herself.
Are the judges aware of each of the girls' routines? Should something be left out?
Well, I think in that respect, that tumbling run, it didn't quite match the tumbling that she had at the very beginning with that opening of the triple twist. I think they expected some type of twist at the end of her second tumbling pass. However, she's covering up very well and she's doing a good job. Very original dance movements, and they certainly fit the music very well. Here she goes for her final pass. Round up back handspring, double twist, not bad. A little bit low on that landing, but not too bad. Here's a unique ending. Well done. She should be pleased with that floor routine.
Beautiful performance quality as well. Very aware of her movement and how it fits with the music.
She was very aware. She was right on with the music and performed all her elements right to the fullest. Here we see that first tumbling pass. Round up back handspring. She needs a lot of height on this. She's a very quick twister. 1, 2, and 3, and just gets that around.
And she scored, I hope well.
Here, for her finally tumbling pass, another double twist. Look at the height she gets. Round off, back handspring. Good height, nice quick twist and neat. Good job.
There it is, 9.55 for Ildiko Hattayer of Canada. She has moved into the leader's position at 37.3. She's going to have a tough battle from this young lady, Laura Cutina of Romania, currently in 4th position.
Laura's a very strong tumbler. She's opening up with a double back to an immediate back handspring. Watch the height this little girl gets off this. Round off back handspring. Nice height, double back, just nails it. Back handspring. Extremely well done. Very typical European music. Series of jumps and turns. Moving into the corner, preparing for a second tumbling pass. She has a triple twist planned here, taking a little bit extra time in that corner, what the judges are watching out for. Right back handspring, triple twist, didn't quite make it, only landed at 2 3/4. We'll have a slight deduction on that. She's still quite a young competitor and still has a lot of maturing to do in her dance. However, she's working well with the music. Final tumbling run. Here again, she's taking a little bit too much time in that corner, which should be a deduction. She goes, round up back handspring, double back, nice job. Very good height. Not a bad routine for Laura. She did have problems in that second tumbling pass.
Some of the competitors are complaining a little bit about the floor being slippery.
Yes, some of the competitors were saying that the floor was a little bit slippery, especially on the landings of her tumbling. You can see in her last tumbling pass here, nice height on that double back. Good pull, fairly good landing, just a little bit low. But for a last tumbling pass, that wasn't too bad.
And she scores a 9.55. Canadians are still ahead. Here is the girl from the United States, Lisa Wittwer, tied for first after 3 events.
Lisa's very explosive on the floor exercise and an extremely good tumbler. She gets a lot of height. Watch this opening double back. Here she goes. Round up back handspring, whip back handspring, double back stomach. Oh, and she just opened up too soon and put her hands down. That's a major deduction, 0.5. That's unfortunate. She had a lot of height going into that tumbling run and just opened up a little bit too early. She has a double back plank for her second pass. See if she can get enough height on this one. Rounded back handspring, double tuck. Oh yes, well done. She's working well with the music. Some very unique and original dance elements.
She has a kind of maturity about her
She really
that some
does.
of the other girls do not.
Yeah, she's really expressing herself well through her dance, working well with her music. Here comes her final tumbling round. Round back handspring, double twist. Nice job. Oh, lovely ending. Great routine by Lisa. It's unfortunate about that first tumbling pass.
She's still in the running, depending on her score for the floor.
We will take a look at her first tumbling pass again. Round off, whip back layout into an immediate 2 back handsprings. Watch, she gets good height, good pull, and then just opens it a little bit too early. Causes her to put her hands down.
And unfortunately, it's reflected in the mark, a 9.20. And our last competitor, the only one that could upset the apple cart here, is Giulia Volpi of Italy. She needs a 9.55 for first place.
Giulia is a very expressive dancer for a girl her age. She has a very lovely routine, as well as a difficult tumbling plan. Look at the way she carries her upper body. She prepares for her first tumbling pass. Nice double back, good landing, great height. Looked so easy for her. Now playing a little bit with the crowd, they love this type of music. They can really get into this. Triple twist, oh, not too bad. The ending was a little bit over-rotated. She didn't quite get around. Otherwise, a lot of height, very neat. Here goes Giulia for her last tumbling run. Round back handspring, double twist, quick twist, nice job. Very neat double twist. She's had a very good floor exercise routine. I think she's happy with that one. Gonna be close. We'll have to see what the judges give her.
She has a lot of presence, a great deal of charisma.
She really presents herself well in her floor routine. She works well with her music and carries her upper body very well. Good expression. Here's her first tumbling run. High double tuck summy and a good landing.
She scored 9.35 for a total of 37.15.
The winner of the gold medal with
And
an
here they are, they're
all-around
announcing
score
it.
of 37.30.
She's won. Look,
from
Ildiko
Canada.
Hattayer of Canada.
Ildiko pulled through. She won that.
I mean, this is her first really big event, is it not? I mean, it must be such a thrill for her.
This certainly has to boost her confidence. She should be very pleased with herself. She was very consistent throughout the whole meet. I think she's a little surprised. I think she's also very happy and will give her a lot of confidence for that up-and-coming World Championships next year in Montreal.
Beautiful trophies. And in second place, the Italian girl, Giulia Volpi. We've seen some exciting competition here this afternoon. Elfie, what do you think is in the wings for some of these competitors?
Well, I think this was an excellent competition for most of these competitors. A lot of them were very young and inexperienced, and I think this was a good preparation for the up-and-coming 1985 World Championships, which will be held in Montreal.
It's going to be an exciting year for these young competitors. We look forward to seeing more from them. On behalf of Elfie Schlegel, I'm Debbie Wilkes for CTV's Wide World of Sports.